A really important part about training is that you want to be set up for success. So you can start by removing any dogs from the room, but next you're going to want some sort of platform that's not too big so your bird can't wander off too far. You'll want a mini platform for them to stand on. Treats, this is a mix of pecans and almonds, so the Tansy's favorites. Your clicker, and potentially a target stick, but that won't be necessary when shaping. This is just to help her along if she needs it. The final thing you need is the bird. I'm going to position Tansy on the opposite side of this, so to get to me she has to walk towards the platform. So let's see if we can get her to step down. Good, and we'll reward, because this is a new platform, so I don't expect her to step down. Now if she gets any closer to this platform, I'm just going to click and reward, and she has to figure out what's going to get her the clicks. Good. I can see she's headed this way, so I'm going to help her out. Good. And she's going straight towards it now, so this is almost like a game of hot or colder. As she gets closer to it, she gets a click, and if she does not, she does not. And this is what shaping is. I just want one more step. I'll take it, I'll take it. Tiny treat. Another step gets another treat. And notice how I'm delivering the treat in the same direction as the platform, so she's still encouraged to come this way. If I was standing here or on the other side and treating her in the opposite direction, she'd be less likely to head over here. So she's thinking about biting this platform. You have to be really careful with when you're clicking at this point, because I don't want to click for a bite. So if she raises her foot, I'll click. Oh, that's another step toward, that's good. And you guys are going to hear me say good bird throughout this. Her other cue, her other bridge besides the click is yes, not good. And I did this intentionally because I just say good a lot as a dog trainer. So I want to be able to say it without it actually meaning anything. So if your word good means a treat is coming, don't say it. For her it doesn't. So I can say good as much as I want. Very good. Yeah, it's just a habit to say good. But you want to be really clear with your bridge. If I were to be saying clicking when she's looking away or not facing it anymore, that'd be very bad. So be very intentional with the words you're using. She's thinking about biting it again. And she might also want to get towards the treat, so it's okay that I'm protecting her a little bit. She's still using her brain and figuring out what I want. She raised her foot, so she gets another reward. Now she's starting to investigate it. She's not sure. She's like, okay, I made it closer to you. Do I get the treat? Now I'm biting the strange thing. Raised foot, I'm going to give a treat. And I'm going to give it towards the platform. Shaping is really good for your birds. Another foot raise. Right idea. Now I don't want her to think that I'm cueing the wave. So the next time she raises a foot, I'm not going to click. I'm going to wait till she takes a step toward it. And you can't see it right now, but she's holding up her right foot. She's reaching. That's a step. And I'm going to reward towards the platform. Now, I could just set her down onto the platform. That wouldn't teach her much. That would only teach her a step off. It wouldn't show her to go to the platform. And in the same way, I could target her towards it. So I could take a target. Yes. And right there I said yes. I shouldn't have because it was a little bit too late. I got overexcited. I want to jackpot her so she gets 2 treats because she was just above it. But where was I? Who even knows? I got so excited, honey. You made me lose my train of thought. Oh, she's a yes. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So I could use a target stick, I do remember where I left off, and lure her up onto it. That, I can't see what she's doing, is a valid way to teach this. I found that it's a little bit slower because they're not looking at the platform, they're looking at the stick. They're thinking, touch the stick, so they just happen to go in that direction rather than foot on platform. I'm going to move where I can see her feet a little bit better. She's raising it again. Now she's starting to think that she's supposed to grab it, I'm noticing. Her foot is still raised. I might move you guys closer. By I might, I mean I definitely will. So that you can see a little bit more what I see. What do you think of that? Right there we have a foot on it. She's keeping her foot on it. I'm going to make her reach for the treat. Now we've reached the hard part. She has to figure out what to do next. She's kind of thinking, maybe I'll bite it. There's treats around here. So we're just going to let her figure it out. And this is going to stick in her head way better than if I just lured her on. Because she has to make these choices. She has to remember what to do and figure it out. But beyond that, it's just really good for our birds' brains to be problem solving like this rather than just being shown what to do. So even if luring could be faster, I prefer shaping for this reason. And I'm going to make her reach again so she knows where the treat's coming. Now I'm going to move on to the opposite side so she to walk towards me has to get up on it or go around it. So I'm on this side. Oh, and I pushed her too far. That's okay. I'm going to come back over here, and for a step closer, I'm going to mark and reward. I want your foot on it. That was a scratch, but that's okay. And also, if I could teach her to scratch on cue, I'd be happy with that too. So if you need to like pivot what you're teaching halfway through, by all means, because I think a parrot pawing at something would be really cute. But right now I do want her up on the platform. I'm going to make her reach. The reason I'm having her reach is because that way I know that we're going to end with her foot on the platform. What do I want from you? What is it? Oh my word, she shifted her weight. Did you guys see the weight shift? She's thinking about it. This is one of those moments I'm glad I don't have an eclectus. I don't like waiting for them to eat, but I gave her a nice sized chunk for that one because I was very excited about how far we've gotten. Now, there's lots of reasons to teach your dog. Oh my goodness, did you see how she raised her foot? Very good. She's thinking about it. One thing I like about getting on this little platform is I have a very clear view of her feet. So I can see if her nails are too long or too short. I like how she leaned into it that time. Warding this way. And I like to be able to send her walking. Tansy's fully flighted. I strongly advocate for birds staying fully flighted, by the way. But I still want her to be able to walk to places I send her to. And it's easier for her to walk and land on a platform than it is for her to fly and land on a flat surface. It's possible, yes, but on a small one like this, that would take some serious precision that she just does not have. It'd be fun to teach a budgie that, though. Meow. She's looking at the treats, so I'm going to hide them. And I want her to turn and face that platform. If she doesn't do it in the next, I'll click for facing it. Doesn't need a step, it just needs her to be engaging with it again. And I'm going to move where I can get a better view of her. And if I had to switch sides so that she'd be walking towards me again, I would, but last time that messed her up more. Raised foot gets a treat. Oh goodness, that was a big one. I didn't cut that one small enough. She's excited. Honey, that wasn't an intentional jackpot. It's actually not bad to give your birds jackpots for no reason. It does keep them more engaged. Not for no reason. You shouldn't just like give it when they did nothing. But if they're thinking, is this the time? Is this the time I'm gonna get the big one, or is this the time? Then they're gonna be much more interested in training, but you should mostly reserve them for, I want your foot on it. You do want to mostly reserve it for, oh, did your nail slip? You have to get it. For when they do a new behavior or do an old behavior really, really well. And I don't expect this to be done in the first training session. It'd be cool if it was, especially because it's on video. But you can't expect to go from nothing to the end result in one training session. Tansy, in my opinion, is extraordinarily smart. Smarter than any other bird I've worked with. So I kind of expect more. Wow, she gets all the treats for that one. You can have them all, honey. Don't even do anything else. You get them all. Did you guys, she's on it. She's legitimately on it right now. Right when I was saying I wasn't expecting it. Although I was bragging on her how smart she is. So maybe she heard and she was like, oh man, I gotta keep up. So now I want her to stay there for a beat. And just teach her that when she's on this, then she's gonna get lots of rewards. So I'm gonna do 2 more rewards. 1, 2. Now I'm gonna reset her. What we're looking for is a movement loop. So a movement loop is essentially oh man, it's so hard to explain. Imagine I want her to end up on this again. So I'm gonna form a loop. But to do that, she has to be off of it. So think of the start and of the behavior and then the end of the behavior. The start of the behavior is being off the platform. The end of the behavior is being on. The loop is going on and off and on and off. Oh my word, you are the cleverest of all of the birds. I want 1 more foot. I demand it. Do it now or else. Don't have that attitude, by the way. But some people legitimately do, and I can't stand it. She raised her other foot, so I clicked. She doesn't have to get it all the way on. Again, she doesn't know it yet. Oh my gosh, she's getting hormonal. Come on, honey, I don't want to end like this. Don't get hormonal. Yes, and I'm gonna let her pick what she wants. Because she's starting to get into like that mood, I'm gonna end it. You should also always end on a high. Well, have fun training.